This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, your source for the latest Iowa ag news headlines right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, Mark Magnuson, and Andy Peterson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley.
Good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. It is a rainy fall day today. We're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I'll be talking with Mark Burns of Case IH about the Steiger series and the newest additions to that lineup. We'll also have a check of the closing markets with Ethan Robson of agmarket.net. But first, here's that conversation with Mark Burns, again of Case IH, about the Steiger tractors and the latest innovations they offer, as well as how they make it a little more comfortable for producers. Of course, we're standing right in front of one of the Steigers on display at the show. Tell us a little bit about the latest Steiger models that are here on display.
So Farm Progress 2025 is our opportunity to unveil and showcase our newest edition, which is our Steiger 785 in a quad track version. So basically taking and building off that historic legacy Steiger offering and now showcasing the highest horsepower version of that yet.
So then when it comes to that quad track version, what's the main benefits of having that quad track on the Steiger?
So quad tracks are well known for putting power to the ground, and that's through not only engine, transmission, axles, but ultimately into the track system itself. And that's one thing that Steiger series tractors have been known for basically since their start in 1996 is superior power to the ground and a really light footprint on the soil to minimize that compaction.
So then when you kind of are offering that to the farmers, what is the main thing that they really enjoy about having the Steiger and being able to use that?
So, like I said, it's the productivity side and the power. You know, being able to hook up an implement and knowing that you have a power source capable of delivering the results you're looking for. And that's kind of the performance side of the equation when we start looking at what people are looking for in a four-wheel drive solution.
So then as well, of course, right behind us, we have one of the modern red Steigers. Across from us, we have the green one as well. Tell us a little bit why we have that green color on a Steiger.
Right. So as a true production tractor, when this thing comes to market, you know, we're going to start taking orders for these September 1st. Production will begin roughly next summer. And those will be in traditional Case IH red. But kind of as an acknowledgement and a nod to where this product got its start. So in the late 50s, you know, the Steiger series or the Steiger family needed a piece of equipment that they just really couldn't find or find economically. So using that entrepreneurship and innovation, developed their own, and that's really where this series of tractor got its start and blossomed into. So this is kind of our acknowledgement to where this product got its start in that Steiger family.
All right, Mark, lots of great information today on the Steiger series. For anyone who would like to learn more about that and anything from Case IH, how can they do that?
So probably your one-stop shop for anybody is caseih.com. So everything that has to do with Case IH, you'll find there. Or stop by your local dealer. They'd be glad to talk with you.
That again was Mark Burns of Case IH. We'll take a look at the closing markets next, but first, a word from the Iowa Soybean Association. This is Ag Matters PM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. Time now to take a look at the closing markets with Ethan Robson of agmarket.net. First off, Ethan, what do we see going on in the grain markets today?
Yeah, impressive day in the grains and oilseeds markets today. East corn was able to fill the July 3rd through 7th gap from Trump in Iowa at 432 3/4. Got up to 436 on the high. Found some resistance there over the summer. 436 was support back in that time period. So that support then turns into resistance here. Hit 436, bounced back a little bit, closed today around 431, 432 today. Soybeans in general, impressive run in soybeans compared to when I was on last week. Soybeans just continue to impress over potential news of a possible trade deal with U.S. and China. caught the trade off guard. Don't think they were expecting it that soon. Trade continues to fly blind with any government reports due to the government shutdown. So we have no idea where the managed money position is at right now. Trade's expecting about a rough long of 60,000 soybean contracts. So pretty impressive in the soybean market as well.
Then, of course, the grain market's also looking forward to that trade meeting this week between President Trump and then Chinese President Xi Jinping. Hoping to see some things, but at this point, we're still not entirely sure that agriculture will even be part of the discussion at the table, right?
100%. Yeah, this is all just pure basing it off of Scott Bessent's news over this weekend and going over the thought of potential trade deals with China. China has already booked their October, November, December soybean needs from Brazil, a large part of them. And so how much they purchase is that $1 million question, if they purchase it at all. We've seen this story before where the market gets a little bit of hype, a little bit of potential of some sort of trade deal could happen. Then we sell off. Not saying it's going to happen today. I hope it doesn't. But just got to stay disciplined, reward the recent rally that we had. Because where we are today versus where we were last week, definitely something a producer needs to take advantage of.
Then over on the livestock side of things, how do cattle and hogs trade today?
Yeah, cattle market, protein market in general continues to slide down. White House continues to make it a main priority to try and lower beef prices. President Trump came out today with another quote saying that it's his priority to try and limit beef itself. Live cattle finished today up slightly higher, I think. Feeder cattle remain the story. Split again today, almost near another expanded limits itself. Back months finished lower than the front months. And so just an important story that the White House just continues to try to make beef prices lower. Fundamentally, nothing's changed. It's still a tight cattle supply, but the cattle market just continues to remain headline driven right now.
All right, Ethan, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch with agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Yeah, give us a call here in Bloomington Normal, 1-800-779-1515. Visit us online, agmarket.net. 30-day trial for our free intel and our MyFarm software. I'd be happy to get you set up.
All right, Ethan, thanks again for the time as always, and we'll talk again soon.
Yep, thank you.
That again was Ethan Robson of agmarket.net. We'll take a look at how the numbers close through the market window at iowaagnet.com. At the close, December corn up 3 1/4 at 4.32 even. November soybeans up 11 even at 10.78 1/4. December soybean meal up 8.30 at 306.50. Soybean oil down 51 cents at 50.26. Chicago wheat up 3 even at 5.29 even. Kansas City hard red winter wheat up 5 3/4 at 5.20 even. Minneapolis spring wheat up 1 1/2 at 5.61 3/4. December oats down 6 even at 2.91 even. On the Merc, December live cattle down 60 cents at 226.57. November feeders down 5.05 at 333.40. December lean hogs down 67 cents at 80.82. Pork cutout went unchanged at 94 even. And November class 3 milk down 9 cents at 17.80. That's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM, and that also brings us to the end of today's show. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. Also follow us on social media at Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and TikTok, and find our video content as well as previous episodes of AM PM on our YouTube channel. Don't forget as well to check out our free morning, midday, and closing market podcasts, as well as the Iowa Ag Matters podcast and Pods of Potential. Find those on your favorite podcasting services at Apple, Amazon, Spotify, and Podbean. From the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network studios in Des Moines, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of Mark Magnuson and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.